Welcome back to the morning show here on Arise News. Joining us now is Ojy Okpe with stories trending around the world. Hello, Ojy.
Good morning, Dr. Abati.
Good morning, Ojy.
Good morning, Leila. I love your earrings.
Thank you.
And good morning to you, viewers. We begin What's Trending today with news under entertainment. Genevieve Nnaji's directorial debut, LionHeart, has been disqualified from consideration in the Best International Feature Film category for the 2020 Oscars. According to the Academy, the film does not meet the language requirements necessary for inclusion in the category since it was filmed mostly in English, despite the film having some Igbo language parts. The Academy rules states that the films must have a predominantly non-English dialogue track in order to be considered for the category. The decision comes as a disappointment considering it was Nigeria's first ever entry to the Oscars, and it was one of the record-breaking 29 films out of 93 originally submitted this year that were directed by women. Reacting to the news, American filmmaker Ava DuVernay took to her Twitter page to criticize the Academy's decision.
His reasons have nothing to do with you being a woman. Your uncle is just here to supervise.
I'm going to change a lot of things in this establishment.
So, given our current situation, can you tell us how bad the numbers are?
Bad. LionHeart is in severe debt.
950 million naira.
What? And now it's time to pay up.
In 30 days.
Or risk losing everything.
If we have to fight this war, we have to fight it together, unless we want to lose.
It is no more a secret that I have an interest in LionHeart.
And if this Igwe Pascal of a man gets a hold of our company, everyone will lose their jobs. And they're all depending on me, and I feel like I'm failing.
Tweeting to the Academy, you disqualified Nigeria's first ever submission for Best International Feature because it's in English. But English is the official language of Nigeria. Are you barring this country from ever competing for an Oscar in its official language? In response to Ava's tweet, Genevieve Nnaji wrote, "Thank you so much, Ava. I am the director of LionHeart. This movie represents the way we speak as Nigerians. This includes English, which acts as a bridge between the 500+ languages spoken in our country, thereby making us one Nigeria." Tweeting to the Academy, she continues to say, "It's no different to how the French connects communities in former French colonies. We did not choose who colonized us. As ever, this film, and many like it, is proudly Nigerian." Okay, this has
Well, I don't see what
incited a lot of reactions from social media right now.
You know, that category, that what is now called the International Feature Film category, was actually originally called Foreign Language Feature Film category.
Best foreign language
So they changed the foreign language label to International, feature film. And in any case, all of these categories have they have requirements. There are conditions for eligibility and all of that. So it's not as if you just submit your film. And in this particular category, what is required is that it must be in a foreign language. And in Nigeria, of course, the English language is a foreign language. Let us not deceive ourselves. We speak English as second speakers of the language. We all have our languages
that are
indigenous.
Correct.
But we have foreign languages that are indigenous. And I guess the objective of that category is to showcase creativity, in indigenous languages all over the world. But the error that they made here was that initially there was a preliminary review of the entries, and some had been rejected, maybe for these reasons too. But LionHeart was not reviewed early enough. And when they now, started doing the reviews and showing the films, they now reviewed it, and then discovered that it was not exclusively in an indigenous language. And it was for that reason that they said, no, it does not qualify. They did not raise any question about quality or content. They just said on the grounds of language. So it's not as if, the Academy is making any comment on the quality of the film or, what's her name, Genevieve Nnaji's contribution. She should just take it in her stride, but it will still be on record that it's the first Nigerian film, LionHeart, to make it to the Oscars, and also that, is the first Nigerian film, I think, to also make it to the Netflix.
That was bought by Netflix. That's the first original film bought by Netflix. But the Oscars also.
But at least, this particular film is also on Netflix.
Yes.
And that's, I think Genevieve Naji and other members of our team should not in any way feel discouraged. There will be another chance.
I don't think they will feel discouraged. I think that the fact still remains that English is our lingua franca. And if the Oscars want to consider Nigeria into their selection, they have to try to understand and change their
society. We have Igbo films.
That is just a section.
Yes, but they
Yoruba films. We have Hausa language.
But that's fine, Doctor, but they changed the name of the category to Best International Act. And it's just the basic ethics of the Oscars. No, Doctor, because in the basic ethics of the Oscars, right, if you're going to change the name of the category to Best International Act, and you keep the same clauses that suggest that it cannot be in English, what you are suggesting is that every international community is not English speaking. And fact of the matter is, like Genevieve stated, our colonizing language that was not our choice is English, and it therefore bridges so many over 500 different ethnical groups across the country. So are we now going to say that we cannot refer to ourselves as English speaking? English is my first language and I'm proudly Nigerian. It is my first language because it's the only language I speak fluently.
Dr. Bati, yes, it is. Let me make a point here. That's a very good point that you just raised.
You want to go to the US to study?
Not at all.
Test of English?
No, I did not do a test of English as a foreign language.
No, but a lot of Nigerians do.
I don't identify as a foreigner.
A lot of Nigerians do take tests of English as a foreign language.
Yeah,
but that's a very important point that you raised, that they changed the category from best foreign category to best international category. And the rules must change if they want to have that category. And they can continue to maintain their foreign language category. Dr. Bati, can I just speak for a second? They can continue to maintain their foreign language category if they want to have foreign language-based movies. So, like you rightly said, we have over 500 different languages. And for the movie LionHeart to even be, watched across the board in Africa and in Nigeria, it needs to be English because that's our lingua franca. But having said that, like you said, Dr. Abadi, it is the category, it is the rule for that category to have a predominantly non-English based language to be considered for that selection. And so that's the issue.
So they just shouldn't have changed the name of the category.
They shouldn't have changed the name.
I agree with you.
That's number one. Number two, it needs to be said that the Nigerian Oscars Selection Committee did make a mistake. And they have come out with a statement to say that they did make a mistake. They did not follow due process. They did not go through and to find out what it is that would qualify a Nigerian movie in that category. Having said that as well, the Academy did not disqualify Genevieve Naji's movie as, they said the sound was great, the editing was great, and every other thing that would
Can we move on to the next story?
Any other thing that would make the movie...
Emotional responses will not sound...
No, these are facts. It's not emotions.
The Academy has its own rules. It sets its own rules as they do for every award.
Correct.
So it's not your emotional objection.
No, it's not emotional. It's just a question of ethics. It's just a question of you changed the name and...
But we must say that the movie passed for a submission at the Oscars with other technicalities.
I just told you that it was not reviewed initially. They reviewed it late, only to discover that it was in English. And they said, no, this is not the criteria.
And Nigeria has come to apologize for that and say that they didn't look through.
So you could say maybe they should have reviewed it earlier to save
we do agree with
Genevieve this embarrassment.
That's what Ojy just said.
Yes, we do agree with you.
Criteria to the Oscars, no.
No, we're not. We don't have any right to dictate any criteria to the Oscars. Now, still in Nigeria, the National Identification Management Commission has confirmed that it has registered and issued national identification numbers to about 38 million Nigerians out of an estimated 200 million. The Director General of the Commission, Aliyu Aziz, said for Nigeria to meet the Sustainable Development Goal, which includes providing legal identity for all by 2030, a collaborative commitment from stakeholders is important, stating that the world is focusing on digital identity. So far, the Commission has successfully registered and issued unique IDs to about 38 million Nigerians out of the country's population, estimated to about 187 million. great development. I mean, that's what I would say, because, you know, obviously we were talking about this
we only have our slips.
We were talking about this a couple of weeks, and I'm glad that they are making strides to try to make sure that we all, you know, have our national IDs. They're also trying to capture not only Nigerians here, they're also capturing Nigerians in the diaspora as well. The Commission also made a statement that they're going to try to open up 4,000 centers where you could register and you know, get your national
38
ID.
million persons registered out of over 200 million Nigerians.
Yes.
I think it's still at the level of, you know, startup.
Yes.
Just beginning starts.
We have a long way to go.
We just hope that they will put in more effort and more Nigerians will be captured.
Yes.